All right. Hello and welcome to Tabletop Cafe. I have a throat lozenge in, and it's going to make things even more difficult than usual. My name is Michael, and we are here tonight for a special episode. We are doing another draft. One of my favorite types of shows we've ever done here and or on the RPG Academy. Just fun, silly time. For those of you who are watching now or listening now or in the future, welcome. I will quickly introduce our fellow drafters. Joining me as always is Chris.
Hello, everybody. I'm excited for this one.
It's going to be a good time. Joining us as always, Lewanika.
Hey, ready to rock. And I've got some picks that you will not believe.
Oh,
And joining us for the first time in our draft, we have the Caleb G.
Howdy, cats and kittens out there in Radio Land. You know, I also strove for some incredibly deep cuts.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we're going to find out who's on top here.
I mean, sometimes it comes down to draft order, which is important.
Yes.
We did choose that before we went live, so we will be doing a snake draft format. So that means it will be pick 1, 2, then 3, then 3, 2, then 1. And our order is Lewanika first, then Chris, and then Caleb. So what we're basically doing here, we are using any and all live action fantasy media. So TV, movies, miniseries. Nothing animated, no books. TV, movie, miniseries. We are using the core D&D classes. So that means any of the official core classes of D&D. So Bard in there, Sorcerer, Wizard, Rogue, Warlock, that each drafter can draft whichever one they want in whatever order they want. We have 5 rounds. One of those is a wild card. The wild card can be used to duplicate a previous class. So if you wanted 2 fighters, you can. Or it can be its own 5th unique class. We are doing a no repeat draft. That means, for example, let's say we were doing a science fiction version, and somebody wanted to take Luke Skywalker as their fighter. No other version of Luke Skywalker would be available to anyone, but you also have to pick which movie you are taking Luke Skywalker from. So let's say Return of the Jedi. No other characters from Return of the Jedi are available either. So if you take a property off the board, you're not just taking that character, you're taking that property off the board.
Ooh.
Does that make sense?
Oof.
So that's the no repeats.
Yep.
So if you take Gandalf from the Two Towers, you can't have any other Gandalfs. But we also can't have any characters from the Two Towers. Now, because we have the trilogy, you could go from Return of the King. So there is some wiggle room there. But some of these deep cuts that some of you are mentioning, if you take it early, it is gone from everybody's draft board. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Excellent. Yep. All right. So I will be your draft master for tonight. So once you are on the clock, you will have 90 seconds to send your pick to me. I will present it, and then you will have a chance to kind of articulate what you're thinking, the whys and hows and wheres that pick came from. Once everyone has drafted all 5 of their picks, we will go around. You will kind of introduce your team, and then you get to make the case for what best means, because it's subjective. So maybe you're building the best team as far as like dealing damage. You're building the sneakiest team. You're building the most diverse, well-rounded, can take on any, type of a encounter sort of situation. Maybe you want the most kissable team. It's up to you, buddy. You get a chance to present it, and then it goes to our audience. We will put a poll up on our social media. You will get a chance to vote. Whoever wins the vote becomes draft master for the next draft, and we'll set the terms and rules for that draft as we go. All right, so with all of that out of the way, Lewanika, you're on the clock.
All right. I'm going to do the thing that everybody did not expect.
You're going to zag?
I'm going to zag right off the rep. I'm going to take...
Oh, yeah, don't say it.
Nope.
Ooh, good
gotta
thing I
type
didn't
it.
say it. Hang on. Let me get to Michael.
Yep. We got to do this official like.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get to see if he takes our pick, Caleb. I don't think he is.
I mean, he started to
think
say
he's
it. I
picking
think I heard. I think I know what we're doing.
He started to
I'm
say
pretending like I didn't hear.
I feel like
All right,
it's
so he's
it's
still
good
being
to start
sneaky.
classic.
Yep,
It's
yep.
good to start classic. It's good to start strong. Strategically, then you're taking a huge property off the board, making us than have to jump, especially me being the last pick. So I'm a
Yep.
little nervous, but I've also done a lot of research, and I'm ready.
Okay.
And you get
Ready.
2 picks in a row.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Dude, that's a power move.
So I love Lewanika's pick. I don't think it's where I would have went, but you know what? But it is a great first pick. Lewanika, for the first pick of the draft, is taking Conan from the 1982 Conan movie as a rogue.
Oh, that's 100%. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
That's actually one of my picks I had written down, was listing him as a thief instead of, even though the movie, I could argue the movie is called Conan
The Barbarian.
Barbarian.
But it
Tracks-
treats that as like a cultural touchstone, not a class. He is.
It definitely tracks from the stories, though. He was a pirate. He was a thief. He was always
Yep.
breaking into places.
And in that movie, he really showed off the stealth skills and that part of his character more than anything. I mean, was he big? Was he a fighter? Did he fight? Absolutely. But he really showed the roguish intent.
Good choice. Solid pick.
All right. Chris, you're on the clock.
I'm going to go with one that I think will be entertaining. I'm not going to. I think this would just be a fun one to play. That's all I'm going to say. I think it would be a lot of fun. I think everybody would agree with me that this is a fun character to play.
Sorry, again, I do have a throat lozenge, so I'm trying not to talk too much or chomp on it too much. But yeah, these early drafts, people know what they're doing. I don't think I even need a clock. So with our second pick of the draft, Chris is going with Wesley from The Princess Bride
Oh,
as a swashbuckling thief or rogue class.
Yep.
Yeah.
Again, he would be fun to play. Because are you Wesley? Are you the Dread Pirate Robert? Are you like what persona are you going under? So I think there's a lot of versatility with him. I think it could be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Caleb, you now have 2 picks in a row. I'm going to put you on the clock. Let me know. Just send me your pick when you are ready.
All right, Lewanika, do you think he's going to take my next pick? Or do you think he's going to take your next pick?
I think he's going to take he's going to take one of my movies off the board. That's what I think he's going to do. I don't know if he's going to get my pick because I really tried to put people in excellent locations, like great classes, but I tried to pick them out of what you might expect them to be picked for in some ways. So they just came up different.
Now, quick clarifying question. When you say no repeats, so Lewanika's taking Conan, that means he can't repeat that movie. Could one of us pick a character?
No one can repeat the movie. Now, we do have the second movie. There's this a duology because there is the second movie. So you could take a character from the second movie, but not from the first movie.
There's also the more modern Conan movie, which we could.
Yes.
There's 3
Other
there are 3 Conan movies and then whatever name he had in the Red Sonja film.
All right. So, Caleb, I'm going to need some explanation from you. I mean, it's a legal pick, but I'm going to have to I need some justification.
I'm ready to defend.
Okay.
I'm ready to defend.
So, Caleb, with his first pick, has gone with Merlin from the 2024 movie, or excuse me, 2004 movie King Arthur.
Ooh.
As a sorcerer.
I absolutely knew he was going to pull one off my board, and that was
No,
one.
I did. That was on your board? No.
I love you, man, because that is one of my all-time favorite films. That movie is magical. That is wonderful. I gotta hug you, man.
Internet hug. Internet hug.
Hug.
So this was a weird pick, putting him in a sorcerer, but the vibe of that movie, he is a charismatic leader. He is secret. He is mysterious. You don't know what he's doing. You barely see him in the movie. And when you do, he's just like influencing. I feel like that movie is so much painting him as like a part of that primal nature. He's hiding in the woods. He's influencing. He's teaching people what to do. He's inspiring. To me, that's not the wizard planner, the researcher. That is gut instinct. That is spur of the moment. And then there's that one scene like towards the end in the big fight where he's like doing like kind of summoning the storm or inspiring everybody. That's just more like that raw sorcerer energy, not the I'm going to consider how to blah 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 as a wizard, right? So yeah, that's my first pick.
All right. So quick recap here. So in our first round, we have Lewanika with Conan as a rogue. Chris went with Wesley, a.k.a. the Red Pirate Roberts, as a rogue. And Caleb took Merlin as a sorcerer. If we do have anyone watching, if you want to throw into chat some of your suggestions, though, keep in mind, if you throw out things that have not been taken, you could influence the draft, which is certainly fine. If you are watching or listening in the future, we would love to hear and, read what your entire draft would have been. All right. So Caleb, you now get to kick off the second round of drafting. Where are we going? You're on the clock.
I'm so excited for this pick.
We did have somebody in chat, Marquise66. I may have slaughtered the name. He thinks Conan should be multi-class rogue barbarian. Which I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly we could justify
that's
that.
Josh, by the way.
Oh, hey, Josh.
Oh, hey, Josh.
What up, dude?
Okay, so I'm just going to say right now, Caleb did not come to play, other than he did come to play. With the second draft pick, Caleb has gone with Peter Pan from the movie Hook as a warlock.
Boom!
Ooh!
Boom!
I like that pick. I wouldn't have gone there, but that was a solid pick. I really like that.
Yeah, yeah. And this is old Pan, right? This is Peter Banning once he's learned he's Pan.
Yep.
Right? The island is alive. The island gives people missions and powers and abilities. It grants him his abilities. He has to bargain with the island, like he has to come back and reattune to the island in order to get his powers back. So that's very warlock.
Yeah. I'm solid with that choice. That was good.
Fantastic. All right, so that brings us back to Chris. Middle of the second round. You're on the clock, sir.
Anybody that's ever talked to me about fantasy movies, this is not a surprise at all. I have watched this movie maybe just as much as I watched Star Wars.
Speed Racer.
We also we did a Patreon bonus series as we kind of closed out the RPG Academy on the TV version, and we both really like that show. But Chris has gone in his second choice with Willow Ufgood as a wizard.
All right.
Yep.
And Chris took one of my movies off the board.
I had to grab that one quick because there's too many good characters from that movie.
Yeah.
I
It
figured
was going to be my next pick. In fact.
I figured Willow was going to be contentious, so
Well, I mean, you've got Willow, Sorsha, Mad Mardigan.
Mad Mardigan was my 100% pick for fighter. 100%. Like there was no other way I was going.
Yeah. You got the two brownies that are just comic relief. I mean, obviously I could go on and on about that one.
It's a good one. It's a very good pick, and Willow is off the board.
And part of it for me is the fun of playing Willow is he wasn't good at magic. He had to figure that out through the story. And that to me is part of the fun of role playing is, all right, why is this not working? No, I don't want to go as bad as the bumbling wizard that, presto, pulling things out of his hat that you don't know what's coming out. Like, at least Willow could try.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and by the end of the movie, he had figured it out for sure.
Yeah, the magic pig trick that wins every time.
Every time. All right. So, Lewanika, you are now back. You also are on the turn this time. You get 2 in a row. So, you get to close out round 2. And you're on the clock. Oh, he was fast. He's already ready. I don't even put him on the clock.
Oh, that tells me he took my pick. That tells me.
I think we're all going to be chasing each other this game.
Yeah, this is the tail chasing draft if there's ever been one. Because you thought it was bad when we were doing vehicles that time. Oh my goodness.
All right. I sent you a clarifying question there, Lewanika.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Interesting turn.
I thought I had wrote that. I didn't. Okay, hang on 1 second.
Okay. All right. So with the first pick, nope, this is the last pick of round 2. Sorry. Lewanika has chosen Dar from the Beastmaster movie as a ranger.
Yes.
That's exactly
we
the
have an
next one I
entire
had.
class named after this character, this movie. Done. Can't beat that. He's why we call it that.
Yeah.
I mean, Aragorn may have been the quintessential ranger, but Dar's the
That
one
was-
that we named the class after.
That was my pick. I was
Or
hoping
the
for the
subclass.
third round.
I was guessing that Conan and Beastmaster would go fast.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
I wanted to grab Willow before Beastmaster because I hoped it would slide, but
I mean, Willow's a strong choice, though. You can't.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, I mean, right now, again, I think all these are top tier. But again, you're fighting with each other. You got to pick the one that you think won't be there later. And so far, I would say Peter Pan is the one that I think would have been safe. I think it's a great pick, but I think it would have slidden down. I could be wrong, but I think that one would have lasted till a later round.
I agree with you, but I was also worried that like Captain Hook would pop up somewhere from a different property. I felt like that there was a little bit of a risk there.
Fair.
But also I tried to avoid every major classic property with my research. So
All right. So again, Lewanika, that's a cheat.
Yeah.
Can't do that. Nope.
oh,
It's a different movie.
Doesn't matter.
It's a different actor
Nope.
and a different character.
Nope. The
And
character,
it's a different class.
the character is the same.
oh,
that's terrible. That was I've been planning that since the moment
Nope.
you offered. That was my.
I mean, I appreciate the try, but I'm going to say no to that. So I'm going to start
when
your
we're all
clock
done-
now. I'm going to start your clock now. You got a full clock.
We're,
so in other words,
when
all the
when we're
Conans
all-
are off the table.
Yes, there are no Conans left.
That's terrible.
Yes. So you could choose a different character from a different Conan movie, but you can't choose
Well, he's
Conan.
not named Conan in Red Sonja, but I didn't go that
Yeah,
route
yeah,
because
yeah.
he wasn't all that great.
Because he's not Conan.
All right. Okay, I love it. All right, so Lewanika has finalized the first pick of the third round and is going with Holga from the Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves movie as a barbarian. I was wondering how long it would take for that movie to come
I
up.
just crushed Chris's heart.
Nope.
Nope, you didn't have
Nope.
any from there.
No, I did not. I assumed somebody would take that quick, so I did not plan any from the D&D movie.
Watch none of us touch it at all, other than this.
Yeah.
Well, that was my backup pick. I actually had Momoa as my primary pick, but now that that's off the table.
So in case it wasn't clear, so yeah, I used like the Gandalf as an example. Once Gandalf was off the board, all Gandalfs are off the board, but you could go to a different, like the two towers or Return of the King and pick an Aragorn or a Pippin sort of a thing. But yeah, once the character's off, they are off completely all versions. Okay, Chris, you are up.
Quick question.
Yes.
In the past, we did it. You had to do like a fighter, arcane, divine,
Nope.
thief. Are we
You can do any
just can't?
any class that you want of the core offered in the D&D book. Okay. So I think Artificer is not a core class. I don't think has been added, but it's not part of the core book. But your warlock, wizard, sorcerer, fighter, barbarian, cleric, paladin, bard, I think are the ones we're considering.
Yeah. All right. So you could have all fighters if we wanted to. You can repeat classes, or can you
only with your wild card? Your wild card can be a duplicate of a previous choice or its own additional fifth core class.
All right. I gotta pick between two that I really like. All right, that one wins.
Doing the roll off over there, huh?
Oh, okay. What class?
Oh, that would be helpful, would it not?
I mean, I could assume, but I would have already been wrong twice earlier in this draft. So. All right. Excuse me. All right. So Chris has his pick in. So with his third pick of the draft, Chris is taking the titular Red Sonja from the movie Red Sonja as a barbarian.
And Lewanika keeps saying the name of the movie, and I'm like, shut up. Quiet, you. Stop saying it. That is another movie that I have watched many, many times.
So many times. So many times.
I think, didn't they just come out with a new one, or there's like one in development? I read
in development.
There's always something in development for Red Sonja.
Wasn't there one just like last year?
That's what I'm thinking. There's something very recent that had come out.
Was it animated? Maybe I'm not.
No, there was a live action within the last year or two.
I think Gail Simone recently wrote a new comic for it. Maybe I may be conflating some things, but I thought there was like a new comic recently that had spurred interest in like a property. So. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay. That brings us to Caleb. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
There is a 2025 Red Sonja movie. I can't believe that snuck past me.
I don't think I've seen that.
It premiered in Russia on July 31st and very small in the United States.
It's not an Uwe Boll movie, is it?
Uwe, what?
Okay.
Yeah. No, it is not.
Okay.
I know that much.
Oh my.
All right.
I will find it.
Yeah. All right. So Caleb, you're now back on the turn. You get the next two picks. Again, I haven't needed the clock. I'll go ahead and set it just in case.
I'm kind of debating how I want to do this.
Okay. Well, then the clock's on.
Because I'm like trying to think of like the end goal for the whole party here, but I think this is going to be good.
See, that's where I'm at. I've got two that I think would be really good as well.
Okay.
I might be playing a little bit to the arbitrator here on this one.
Okay.
I know how you feel about this movie.
Please forgive my terrible accent and pronunciation. With his third choice of the draft, Caleb has gone with Hamed Ibn Fadlan from 13th Warrior.
Come on, man.
As a bard. That is a great movie. It's got its weird moments, but I really like that movie.
Took another one of my films up.
Such a classic, and
so good.
It was on my list too. I was just hoping people would forget about it and their deep dives into cult classics that you guys might want to get into.
Yeah.
I feel like he's very much that intellectual bard, like trying to learn everything, trying to know everything.
He's definitely the Lord bard, without a doubt.
Nice.
All right, this is
nice. All right, so let's see.
Yeah, hold on 1 second here.
You've got that big grin on your face.
Yeah,
I feel like you went either obscure or you're for sure playing some sort of comic.
So just do a quick kind of recap. So Lewanika so far has Conan as a rogue, Dar as a ranger, and Holga as a barbarian. Chris has taken Wesley as a rogue, Willow as a wizard, and Red Sonja as a barbarian. And then Caleb finished out round 3, Merlin as a sorcerer, Peter Pan as a warlock, and then, again, Ahmed as a bard. So kicking off our 4th round, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So what is your pick for the 4th round?
All right. This is a good one. That's exactly how I hoped you would react.
Okay. With the first pick of the 4th round, Caleb has taken Farmer from the In the Name of the King movie as a monk. I just mentioned Uwe Boll. I'm pretty sure that's an Uwe movie, right?
Yes,
That is Jason Statham as the titular, or not the titular, but as the main character, Farmer.
Yeah, who then just ran around karate chopping everybody for an entire movie.
That movie had so many. Oh, I just wow. That was good.
Yeah.
I had some thoughts on, I thought for sure Gandalf would go. In fact, I'm very surprised that no Lord of the Rings characters have gone yet. I was pretty sure that Willow would go. I thought Beastmaster, Codan. Never did I think Farmer would go, or any character from. I mean, who was Scooby Doo, or Shaggy? He's in that movie, right? Who does he play?
I don't remember. He's some guy.
He's some guy.
Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, but it's off the board. So if you wanted him, too bad. Caleb was stricken in the name of the king off the board.
I have taken all the trilogy of In the Name of the King away from all of you.
Yep. So
I've ruined your game.
Too bad, so sad for you. All right, Chris, you're on the clock.
I'm sticking with my theme.
Oh, deep cut. I mean, Caleb's was a deep cut, but whew. So with his fourth pick of the draft, Chris is taking Kira from the Dark Crystal as a ranger.
Ooh.
Sticking with my theme. Movies I watched as a kid, and I watched too much. I wore the VCR tape out on this one. Yes, I'm that old. If you don't know what a VCR is, kids, Google it. It's a thing we had before Netflix. It was actually before DVDs. Your parents might have some DVDs because they're old. But I wore this one out because I love this movie. I loved watching the different characters develop. And her, I enjoyed watching her call the giant walkers to run around on, and the little sidekick Fizbap always scream at you. Never was calm, always screaming. So, all right, Lewanika.
I love it. All right, Lewanika, you're back on the turn. You get 2 picks in a row. I will say someone's clicking a pen, so please.
Oh, my bad.
All right, no bad. No worries. It happens. Happens to the best of
my
us.
keyboard also.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I was so distracted by how excited I am.
Oh no.
Marty Napper in chat says no Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones yet.
Yeah, I was like, sure, but I mean, it's good. I love that we're doing deep cuts, but I am surprised.
I think we all expected everyone else
to just take one off the board right away. Yeah.
Yeah, so we all planned for it to not happen.
I mean, it could be the last pick. Yeah.
I stayed away from Game of Thrones because, I mean, your character's going to die or sleep with their sister or get just
both.
Beat up, or it could be doing both. Yeah, I didn't want to, play a character in that vein. In Lord of the Rings, yes, I thought one of you guys would jump on it quick, so I didn't go with any Lord of the Rings picks. Of course, now we say that Lewanika's over.
I say, yeah, we keep saying it. There's still 2 rounds left for some of you, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, 2 rounds just for Lewanika.
Just one, he has 2. That's correct. Yep. So I assume no one has used their wild card. No one has said specifically. So I assume the 5th one will be everyone's wild card unless Lewanika changes up here. So again, it can be a duplicate class or it can be its own additional 5th class.
All right, I think I've got it. I'm just trying to remember the character's actual name. There we go. Got it. All right, hang on. She's a little strange and not necessarily good, but I've got it.
Well, you said she. You said she, so that doesn't take one of my last picks. Of course, you have another pick after that.
Yep.
Go ahead and take one of my picks.
Yep. All right, I don't see anything. Oh, there it is. Oh, class.
And then I have to think, do I want to go? How obscure do we make this last round, Caleb?
All right. So Lewanika, with the final pick of the 4th round, does finally hit on the Game of Thrones property, Melisandre as a cleric. That's a solid pick.
Thank you, Marty. Thank you very much, my friend.
All right. So for anyone who's not familiar, Lewanika, give us a little bit of lore dump on Melisandre.
Yeah, so Melisandre is the Red Woman from Game of Thrones. She doesn't show up, I think, until like truly like her powers until later on. But she, in addition to summoning the shadow creature that kills one of the younger Baratheon
Renly.
brother, and as well as she is the one who resurrected Jon Snow. So I figure I was gonna lean sorcerer, but then I'm like, she did resurrect somebody that really leans more into the clerical aspect, and I did not have a good pick for cleric, so I figured I would use that and go back to something else, as well as get Game of Thrones off the boards because there's a couple good characters that could have shown up there. I didn't need somebody picking the mountain or something like that. That would have bothered me greatly.
Tell the truth. You just want to play a hot redhead that can seduce people to do your bidding.
Who
Well,
doesn't?
I already play
doesn't?
a short black guy who.
Hey.
Hey, yo.
Heyo.
Ooh, okay. So now,
So you get the first pick of the final round. So again, I assume this is going to be your wild card. So you can duplicate a previous class choice, or you can add in a new fifth, whichever you would like to do.
Pressure's on. I see the wheels turning. Smell the smoke as you're thinking.
I'm pretty confident about my last pick, having saved it.
I have two, and I have to decide which one I want to go with.
I've got a couple in the tank in case either of you takes something here, but I'm really hoping that my stretch of a stretch of my final wild card pick is going to be a winner here.
Again, my apologies. My cold is just killing me.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'm trying to mute as I'm hacking the most violent over here. All right. Lewanika, you ready?
let me get. I am ready. I am putting it through.
Okay. So I didn't set a clock because I haven't needed it yet, but this was the one time where like, I'm not gonna.
Yep, I was getting close. I know.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Lewanika likes to cheat. It isn't a bad cheat, but he's tried several times. So with his
This one I think is going through.
yeah. Oh yeah, it's going through. Class.
Did I not? Okay, I'm
Nope,
sorry.
nope,
I did
that's
not
all
put
right.
that- For whatever reason, I always forget to drop that in. How about that?
Yep. Yeah. All right. So with his final pick of the draft, round 5, wild card, Lewanika has gone with Prince Daemon Targaryen from House of the Dragon, known as Hot D, those that are in the know, as a fighter. And definitely Hot D fits. All right. Give us a little background on our Prince Daemon Targaryen.
So Prince Damon is just amazingly smart. He is amazingly powerful. Like he just schooled people on the battlefield whenever he had a sword. Like he did in season 1, he didn't fight often, but the few times he fought, it was decisive. And he's just a physical presence and very, very intelligent and brilliant. And I thought that as a fighter would really round out my group.
Doesn't hurt. He also is a dragon rider, so he has a dragon that, you know.
And the fact that he comes with one of the biggest dragons on the planet, he's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah.
Solid choice.
Okay. Chris, I'm assuming that wasn't your pick since that did not happen in the 80s. So where are we going, my friend?
How did you know? I think this might be from the 90s.
Oh, you know, again, in the back of my head,
Pop culture
I
reference.
thought there might have been a choice from here. I'm glad to see that it's on the board as his final pick of the draft. Chris is going with Baron Munchausen from the Adventures of Baron Munchausen as a bard.
Wow.
I like that. I think that was 80s. It might have been 89.
Yeah, it was
but I
late
think that
80s, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't find this one until I hit college. So we watched it in college as a group, and we would do the whole, have a few drinks and joke,
yeah.
and then it became the whole. Can we make up stories that would be just as, fantastic is what he was telling, and crazy, and have a good time. And I think it'd be fun to play a character who everybody thinks is just a good storyteller, but actually can live what he's saying and can do this stuff.
Okay,
All
interesting.
right, Caleb.
All right, Caleb, you get the final pick. No one can take it off the board, or you. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you've had a pick sniped here and there, but you wrap us up.
This was probably the first character that jumped to mind when we started planning this episode, and there might be a little bit of a risk of it getting approved, but I think it'll go through.
Oh, okay. I think the spirit of the prompt, it fits a little bit on the outside, but
little outside curve of the genre.
Yes.
But the spirit of the genre is there.
It is. So with the final pick of our D&D party via fantasy action adventure live action, Caleb has taken Rick O'Connell from The Mummy Returns as a fighter. For the uninitiated.
I don't think I'm not so sure. I'm not the judge. I don't think it fits, but I'm not mad at it because I love that character with everything I got.
If we're thinking sword and sorcery,
yeah,
the Mummy franchise gives us sword and sorcery. Sure. We've got some cars and guns in there, but I think the vibe is strong, and I think Rick as a character is just a solid dude who gets thrown into weird situations and has to brawl his way out. And sometimes, solve a couple puzzles and push over a bookshelf or something.
If you went with the Tom Cruise version, I probably would have said no.
Oh goodness, no. Ugh.
Yeah, but
I want a good movie. I want a good good character.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like we all picked pretty good movies, I think. Like,
yeah, there's a few that have been left off. So again, we once again throw it out to anyone watching now or in their future. Would love to get some additional people to drop in your choices here as well, because there are a lot of properties. Again, Lord of the Rings did not get touched. Every Lord of the Rings character still on the board. Mind-boggling in some ways, but there are lots of things out there that. Any properties, Chris, that you are surprised no one touched on besides Lord of the Rings?
Holy Grail?
Oh, yeah, yep. That was actually when I was thinking Lancelot from the Holy Grail would have been a good one.
Tim the Enchanter I actually had on my list. I debated between him and the Baron at the end. I'm like, which one would be more, not comical, but I think Tim the Enchanter would get old to play.
No, true. Yes.
Baron would be fun.
Tim. Caleb, any properties that either still on your board or you're surprised were not represented?
I had Pirates of the Caribbean if I needed it. I also I'm surprised we didn't get anything from Chronicles of Narnia. That's a big one. One of my ace in the hole, if I needed it.
Your ace hole.
Was my This is a family-friendly show, Michael.
As it were.
My
Alpha Charlie Echo, he said.
my ace was going to be a throwback to Roar.
I don't know what that is.
Roar, the television show from '97, one season of Ireland fantasy fighting the Roman soldiers as led by Longinus, after he was given eternal life by carrying the Spear of Destiny. It is a bonkers fever dream of a show, and no one knows it exists.
Wasn't that Heath Ledger?
Yes, it was, baby.
That was actually A Knight's Tale. I'm kind of surprised no one went with
Knight's Tale.
Tale.
Yeah. I'm also surprised no Highlander.
Oh,
Highlander.
I actually had that as a backup pick. I was going to pick Juan Sanchez Villalobos Ramirez as my bard. That was one of my backup picks.
I'm surprised no one went to any of the Mortal Kombat movies or shows.
I didn't see those so much as sword and sorcery, which is why I didn't.
Yeah.
So I kind of didn't go that route.
The TV show though was very much not the modern era that the movies are set in.
Yeah.
There's a Crowed Mandoon and this Flaming Sword of Fire, which is like that comedy fantasy thing that was on, I think,
Yeah.
Comedy Central.
You're
for a
the
while.
hunter from the future.
No
Chat-
one touched Hercules or Xena.
Yes. Again,
Yep. Chat says no crawl, no Clash
I
of the
actually had
Titans.
Crawl at one point. I actually had Hephaestus as my artificer from Clash of the Titans, but
Ooh,
when
that
that
would've
was
been good.
stricken from the board, that one fell
Yeah.
off. I also had Bombada from Conan the Destroyer as my monk pick. I
Oh,
thought that
yes.
was-
Ooh, that would have been good.
yeah. So there's a lot of opportunity out there for, again, listeners now or in the future to submit your lists as well. But we do want you to vote. So we're going to go over the picture just in a second. We're going to recap all of them. And then everybody gets a chance to, like a minute or two to sort of justify what their team, how they are best in whatever version they have chosen. Then we will put that on our social medias and you can choose. And again, the winner gets to be draft master next time and they get to set the rules. So they will decide what we are drafting, what the rules, repeats, snake draft, all that will be their choice. So there is a little bit, it's still all fun and games, but the winner does get some benefit as well. So
The winner gets to do all the work, is what you're saying.
well, no, this is fun. Like I'm having the most fun. I didn't do any work. All right. So recapping. So Lewanika, Conan as their rogue, Dar from Beastmaster as their ranger, Holga from Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves as their barbarian, Melisandre from Game of Thrones as their cleric, and Prince Daemon Targaryen as their wildcard choice from House of the Dragon, or again Hot D, as their fighter. Chris has Wesley from The Princess Bride as their rogue, Willow from Willow as their wizard, Red Sonja from Red Sonja as their barbarian, Kira from The Dark Crystal as their ranger, and their wild card pick was Baron Munchausen as a bard. And then Caleb has Merlin from the 2004 King Arthur movie as a sorcerer, Peter Pan from, I think Hook was the specific movie you chose, as their warlock. Again, Ahmed from
Just Ahmed.
from the 13th Warrior as a bard, Farmer. Again, I can't not laugh. In the Name of the King as their monk, and then Rick O'Connell from The Mummy Returns as their fighter. So, Caleb, I'm going to start with you.
Yeah.
What do you think this is the best D&D party? Like, what is your best in this case?
So this party is the party of tired dads who have had enough of this garbage and just want to go home. These are the guys who've been through it enough times that they just want to get through the dungeon, get the bad guy out of the way, and go home and take care of their lawn, rake the leaves, have a cup of coffee on the porch, and talk about the rain. So this is the party that is going to go in, get the work done quick, efficiently, and then go home and not really care about the treasure because they just want to move on. There you go. That's my party. This is the old dad party.
The old dad party. I love it. All right. So again, anybody listening now in the future, if you think Caleb has the best party, you can just write that as a comment into this video when it comes out, and that will count as your vote, as well as on other social media platforms.
Vote for old dads.
Vote for old dads.
old dads.
All
We're
right.
so tired.
Speaking of old dads, Chris.
Yeah. Old, but not the oldest in the room.
Nope.
I'm not pointing fingers. Oh, he's pointing
That's right
fingers.
here.
for me.
Yeah.
That's right here.
So for me, obviously, you all figured out my strategy was all the movies I grew up that I've watched over and over, except Beastmaster, because somebody stole that one. These are the movies that I know these characters from the movies very well. I enjoy them. I think they'd be a lot of fun to play because the party dynamics would be so much fun. Like honestly, I could picture me and Caleb playing with Baron and Wesley and spending 3/4 of the combat just trying to one up each other and trying to, well, I can fight left-handed. And you're like, well, I can jump off a tree with my umbrella and fly. Like, I think it would just be a fun one.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Red Sonja's still
And
trying to
Kira
find her
are just
husband.
murdering things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And, poor Willow's trying to not get picked on and actually, I'm over here.
Yeah.
And I think it would just be a lot of fun to play. I think it's a good mix of characters. And again, it's a throwback to when I was a kid. These are the movies that in a way inspired me to start playing Dungeons and Dragons. These are the movies that inspired me to try being a GM and trying to write stories like this. And if you were one of my players in one of my early games, you've probably played one of these movies in a way, because that was big inspirations for me. I love doing this draft just because these are the movies that are close to me. If I could have just snuck Beastmaster in, it would have been.
I assume that would have been
them all.
Kira. I'm assuming Kira was the backup ranger.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, from the Dark Crystal. Yep, I would have taken. Well, I would have actually taken Kira as my wild card instead.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, fair enough.
Because the Baron, I love the movie, but I didn't find that till college, so a little later in life.
Yeah.
But still, we had a lot of fun with it.
Fantastic. All right. So just before Lewanika goes, the last thing I'll also say as far as like the comments, we do like doing these drafts. We try not to do them all the time, but ideally we want to try to do these like once a quarter or so. And if you have suggestions for what you think would make a fun draft, we've done D&D party as an MCU character. We've done like 80s action TV show vehicles. I think we did another D&D party, I think from like Lord of the Rings or something. I don't know. But if you have suggestions for what you think would be a fun draft, and again, it does not have to necessarily be D&D related. We are open to any suggestions. You can leave those in the comments as well. And whoever wins this and is the next draft master might incorporate some of your suggestions, piecemeal, if not whole cloth. All right, Lewanika, what is your best as in defined by your party here?
Yeah, so I would define this party as the power party of power, primal fury. They are a party that is just ferocious, right? Every last one of them is brutal in a fight, dedicated to the cause, and they just handle business. This is the party that they're overwhelmingly powerful in physical combat. There's plenty of wilderness survival and reconnaissance between aerial scouting with dragons and all the various other beasts, environmental mastery in general, and just the strategy that comes from Prince Damon. They are so good at that. And then Conan as your rogue. I mean, sneak in. Who cares if you get caught? I'm friggin' Conan, right? I mean, I dare the guards to catch me when I try this heist. You know, that's what really sings for me. And again, then you have Melisandre. Even if they go down, she's bringing them back, and she just has these weird powers. Like if there's somebody who's too big, too bad. Okay, so she makes a shadow baby or something and sends it. You know, this is just the party that's good. They're not on the good side of things necessarily, but if you can find them, and if you've got a problem and you can find them, this is your A team.
Conan as a rogue is just that was my favorite thing. That was my favorite moment right here. That was such a good call.
Way to start. Yep. So we have Caleb as team. I ain't got time for
Team
this.
Old Dad.
Team Old Dad.
Team
I ain't
Dad
got
bod.
time for this.
Team Dad bod.
Chris.
Team Dad.
Yeah. Chris is team nostalgia, and then Lewanika is team standing on business.
Yeah.
10
toes down, baby.
That's right. Saying it with my whole chest. All right. So I hope I had a great time. I hope you did. Anyone listening now in the future, I hope you enjoyed this as well. Absolutely a fun little diversion, because that's why we play these games, is to have fun. And sometimes fun is solving a puzzle. Sometimes the fun is having a day in the market, buying things for the murder mystery ball. And some days it's, beating the big bad. This was a fun distraction or diversion for us here. We hope you'd enjoyed it as well. One last time around the horn, this is where we can plug things, send people to check out other things that we're involved in. Caleb, you're kind of the guest here tonight, I guess, so I'll let you go first. Where should people go if they want to interact with you more, interact with your social media or other projects?
Yeah, I am on your socials at the Caleb G. You can hear me in the archives of the RPG Academy. You can hear me in the archives of Identico, and you will hear me coming soon in 2026 over on the Go Buff Yourself podcast and stream with a brand new 5th edition game in the Crooked Moon.
Excellent.
Nice.
All right. Chris.
I know that one.
I'm not familiar either. I will be Googling it, and I'll I think Lewanika actually does the show notes. So we'll put links. Lewanika will put links in the show notes for that. All right, Chris.
Send them to me, Caleb.
I don't do a ton of social media.
Smart.
Discord, either on, RPG Academy, or still have the Redemption one going, or even, this Discord that we're all part of.
Mm-hmm.
I like Discord because usually it's a very positive environment, and we just have good interactions there. Otherwise, after the holidays are over, we're going to get back to doing Smuggler's Blues. We are going to be doing the continued story of Redemption. Still the longest running Star Wars actual play until somebody proves me wrong, even though we have taken a couple months off just because of life and stuff. But we're going to get back to it. And I'm waiting for my next big project. I'm waiting for somebody to come in and offer me something I can't refuse, so to speak.
Excellent. Excellent.
Fantastic. Lewanika.
Well, I'm Lewanika of Tabletop Journeys. That's the sign behind me. One of them.
Yeah.
And we are the creators of the Traveler's Guide to Factions. This is a book that was published in September, still out there. We are going into our third printing of the hardcover. So reach out to local stores. If they don't have it, have them hashtag call your boys TTJ. We'll make sure that local store can get hold of that book. If you want to get it directly, the links will be in the doobly-doos shortly. Therefore, you can get it that way. But we are also prepping, and we hope everybody follows us at whoopsie.
Nope.
Let's see if I can get this on camera. Maybe?
Nope. You threw your cloak on.
Yeah,
Cloak
my
invisibility
came up. So at any rate, we are getting set to launch our next crowdfunding project on January 1st called the Bridgewell Chronicles. It's a series of shorter adventures that are designed for journeyman DMs to start at first level and work themselves into a campaign. So it's going to give you a good place to start and work through. There's 9 separate missions, each of them based on the factions that are in the factions book. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We've been playtesting for just about a year now. Final playtesting is now, we're actually playtesting a campaign mode. More on that on the channel later, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and we'd love to have you join us for that one.
Yep. And links to follow the pre-campaign launch of that will be in the show notes. As for myself, again, I am the creator of Action 12 Cinema. There are still a couple hundred copies of that book floating around. You can either get through me directly, or if you go to IPR, Indie Press Revolutions, they take it to certain conventions. They had it at Origins last year. They had it at Gen Con last year. But you can buy that directly from me. It's a GM-less game about bad action movies that uses only D12 dice, which is the best die to roll at the table. I also am the lead organizer of a Catacon, which just wrapped up not that long ago. Most of the folks here were either there or heavily involved in getting things started, Caleb too. And then I'm starting a new convention in the new place where I live now, Corbin, Kentucky. It is by design going to be much smaller than even a Catacon was the first year. Like 100 people show up, I'll be ecstatic. It will be in Corbin, Kentucky in March. So if you are local or willing to travel to Corbin for a RPG heavy, small, intimate RPG convention, check out Bluegrass Gaming Con on Tabletop Events now. And then if you like Smallville, I'm wrapping up season 9 of a Smallville rewatch podcast called Farm to Fable. I think all the people here have been co-hosts at least once, I believe. Chris, you've been on that show, right?
Nope.
All right, we got to get you in for season 10 then, buddy. But I know Caleb and Lewanika have been. But yeah, you can find that on anywhere pods are cast. But with that, we were going to sign off. Thank you as always for being here, hanging out with us. Remember, if you're having fun,
you're doing it right.
Right.
Thanks. And we'll see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.
Good night, all.